I went to Weatherford, Texas to go see the Weatherford Vintage Car Museum, a really unique museum. It is great, lots of really cool cars, cars from movies, cars from people from the highest ranks of our government. This museum is a rotating collection, meaning that the displays will change from time to time as the owner brings in and out different cars. Let's look into this car museum and see what we can see. Here we go. Welcome to Motoring Fanatic. I am Burke. Hope you're having a fantastic day, especially if you're planning to go to Weatherford, because there you'll find the Weatherford Car Museum. And you know what? You can also find that subscribe button down below. I would appreciate it very much if you subscribe, maybe hit that like button, and let's continue. I joined a friend on a trip past Dallas and Old Town west of Fort Worth off Highway 20. Now, this is a really cool town. It's not real big. It's got a cool little square, neat buildings everywhere. When you drive through, you might notice something on the corner of a shop row, a really neat little old gas station. Well, that gas station is kind of a landmark as to where this vintage car museum is. So I think we ought to check it out and go look inside. We were greeted by a really nice gentleman. The lobby's smallish, yet accommodating. A minuscule amount of memorabilia is all around, just for you to gaze at and kind of get acclimated into the mood of this museum. As you first enter into the museum, you are presented with probably some unique vehicle. For me at the time, it was a vintage 1934 Ford Phantom fire truck, and it looked to be in very good condition. What a great way to begin a journey into a really neat old museum. From there, going into the very first main room is a 1964 white Lincoln convertible with beige interior. This car was owned by President Lyndon B. Johnson, and it was used out on his ranch. Apparently, he loved the excitement of driving this car, herding cattle and just playing around. And you can tell that he did that because it had this really extensive skid plate up underneath. I moved to the movie car. This was used in the movie Pearl Harbor featuring Gooding Jr. It's a 1940 LaSalle Taxi. This car was the final year model and was bought by Mr. Bass, who frequents the museum. The next movie car, from the 12 Mighty Orphans with Robert Duvall and Martin Sheen. This is a 1930 Buick. It is all original with 20,000 miles. It's in excellent condition, runs and drives like new. Has had routine maintenance only, but it is fantastic. The last movie car comes from the Francis Ford Coppola movie, The Godfather. It's a 1941 Packard Custom Super 8 180, originally found in a barn in Mena, Arkansas. It is one of 99 and only one of the 30 survivors all across the U.S. Still has the original paint and interior, and what an amazing bargain find. Since I didn't know just exactly how much time I had, I hurried through to get into some of these other rooms. I got to the second room, and again, really cool cars. This oldie moldy is a 1928 Model A business coupe owned by Robert Ray Dougherty, the first mayor of Aledo, Texas. Highly optioned, includes high-performance carburetor, pop-out ignition, and box door latches. Seemingly all original. This is a very, very nice car. Here is a very old, probably 1920s Ford Model T. Next to it in the corner is a 1922 Model T Roundabout, basically one of the first affordable automobiles. These cars were produced between 1908 and 1927. Pricing varied, but this one was priced at $319. The engine is a 177 cubic inch, which is translated to 2.9 liter inline four-cylinder with 20 horsepower and a top speed of 40 to 45 miles per hour. It ran on gas, kerosene, ethanol, or whatever. And it got about 13 to 21 miles per gallon. By the ramp, as you enter this next room, is an interesting old truck. It is a 1919 Ford Model T truck, or Ford TT, that sped its freight down the road at a blazing 15 miles per hour. Woo! But could actually move along at about 35 miles per hour. Lots of wood on this vehicle, including a wooden frame. Just a quick look at a couple of mighty fine, handsome trucks here. Really, really nice. And winding down in this room and moving into the third and final room, giving you an overview of more amazing cars. This giant red behemoth is one of two Harley Earl designed Cadillac Skyviews. It has the 4 large windows on the roof. It houses 4 rows of bench seats and sort of looks like a converted hearse or ambulance and licensed as a bus. It was exclusively built for the Broadmoor Hotel in Colorado Springs and used as a tour car. Tucked away over in the corner is an amazing 1939 Alvis Speed 25 model English-made car. Only 22,000 were made over a period of 1919 to 1967, being interrupted for production during World War II, of course. This model year introduced the knockoff hubs, plus featured rear hydraulic brakes and front mechanical brakes. So it was kind of ahead of its time, a really, really cool car. Now here is something you don't see too often. The oldest REO vehicle I have ever seen, a 1911 REO light truck. And from the placard, I got a few details, such as 3 kerosene lights to light its way. It's 2 gears. It had a low and a fast, plus a reverse. Used unleaded gas mixed with oil contained in a 7-gallon gas tank. It weighed 1,500 pounds and had a maximum speed of 12 miles per hour. Woo! Rounding the bend over to the 1928 Studebaker Commander. These cars were built between 1927 and 1964. This model had a 354 cubic inch, 5.8 liter engine modified for 75 brake horsepower at 2,400 RPM. I personally like the blue exterior paint and the beautiful plush light gray. Really nice kind of setup there for looks. The thick wood wheels are really nice as well. So it's just a really neat car you don't see too often. Finishing off this wonderful museum, I am finally at the 1985 ZIL Limo. Very collectible here in the US. This car was part of the Gorbachev administrative fleet. That's President Gorbachev, Russia, in case you don't know. 311 horsepower, 2 ignitions, 3 brake boosters, emergency sirens, flashing head and tail lights, a PA, cellular phone. So yeah, it was pretty high tech and pretty high everything for back in the 1980s. These are really neat cars. This is all I have for this wonderful museum at this time. It is a nice self-touring, easygoing, enjoyable little museum. Please consider visiting. donate any amount of money you can so that, hey, they've got cash to put gas in the car and drive them around and rotate them a little. You can use your credit card to donate some money as well, so you don't have to have cash or checks or whatever. And it is a living museum, so the owner has got more cars that he will bring into this museum and rotate them out from time to time. So if you're in the area more than once over the course of time, you could always go back in again. Just give a little donation or something if you want, and go check out, see what else he's got in there. From the website, you will see that there are some other videos, like from local news people. Might want to check those out. They are pretty cool, and they have interviews with the owners as well. The Facebook page is really nice, and here again, if you're in the Weatherford, Fort Worthy, over in that neck of the woods, they have cars and coffees. They do all kinds of activities to get money to help people, stuff like that. So they're pretty big in their community. It's just a really nice place to be. And the little town area right in there is very accommodating as well. So it's a thoroughly easy place to enjoy. Remember also to check out their hours. I believe the only day that they are not open is Monday. And so their timing is approximately like 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sunday 11 to 3. So be sure to check all of that out. You might want to make some plans for the first time you go out there. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe down below. I appreciate that very much as well. Provide any good comments related to Weatherford and the Weatherford Vintage Car Museum. It is really, really cool. So any other information you could provide would be nice. And with that, please relax, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.